evening, we bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
And we give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite sports icons and athletes. Hello, I'm Boom Gonzalez. Don't forget to watch the game live and our past episodes on demand on the Pilipinas Live app for just 149 pesos a month. And it's available for download on Google Play or the App Store.
Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The Philippines comes out victorious in the 19th Asian Games this year with 18 medals, now 4 of which are gold. Now, 2 of those gold medals came from our guests here today.
Wow!
Here to share their Asian Games experiences in their Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu matches are Meggie Ochoa and Annie Ramirez. Girls, maraming salamat. Thank you very much for coming.
Teka, welcome back sa inyong tatlo.
Thank you.
Yes.
Kasi it's my first time to see Pao also since you came back. So welcome back and congratulations all around for all of you for everything that you did for us in China.
No, thanks,
Unahin ko
Boom.
na yan.
But first of all, thanks to the both of you because those 2 gold medals that you're wearing right now, grabe talaga. You were all very emotional after your respective wins. Hard to interview because of all the tears. Pero let's start off first with Meggie because I want to ask about those tears in particular. You came in that particular day coming from sickness, still thinking about yung injury mo dati, and going through all of the struggles mentally prior to that. How did it feel now that you can take a step back to look at yung achievement mo at yung journey mo?
Sa totoo lang, it actually has not completely sunken in yet.
Pwede rin may tears tonight.
Oo.
Okay lang dyan.
Wala na, ubus na yung
Naubos na.
tears ko. Ubus na. Pero I think it's right now kasi parang right now nagsiset in yung pagod from everything. As in like, I've been, parang it's actually quite hard to get out of bed. Pero I guess I'm still in a state of overwhelm right now. But of course, andyan yung love, joy, and gratitude, which is constant ever since that event happened. And I'm just so grateful. I'm really grateful. Pero sa totoo, hindi pa siya fully nagsisink in as of the moment.
I'm sure you have a few years to let it sink in. It's okay. Alam mo bakit they can't get out of bed? It's too heavy.
Oh,
The
no,
gold
100%. They wear it all the time.
They wear it all the time. It's too heavy. But okay, there were the physical challenges. Annie, you were there were major mental challenges too. You were not shy to speak about the anxiety that you went through. And for people who do not understand that, and honestly, this is also what Jiu-Jitsu is all about. It's overcoming challenges and problem solving along the way, right? And trying to get to where you're supposed to. So can you explain to people what you had to go through also to get to wear this heavy gold medal from the Asian Games?
Yun nga, first things is yung mental diba, preparation din. Aside sa physical preparation, which lagi naman namin ginagawa even after every competition.
Correct.
So I guess yung pag-set up ng mental state na, especially these Asian Games, yung takot na baka maulit ko yung Asian Games before na natalo ako. So I guess more on mental preparation talaga siya. Yun, tingin ko yun yung mas pinaghandaan ko rather than mas malaki yung part na pinaghandaan ko yung mental preparation ko, yung mental toughness ko. Than may physical, Kasi yung physical nandyan na siya, kumbaga ready na siya. Yung mental na lang kasi, syempre, nandun yung mixed emotion na baka maulit na matalo ulit ako ng first round.
Yeah.
So tagal mo nang iniisip siguro noon, ano?
I
Kasi
mean,
2018 pa no?
Di ba?
medyo syempre, kumbaga parang we learn from that mistakes.
Yeah.
We grow from that
course.
experience din.
course.
So yun. So it's a big lesson to learn from me from the past Asian Games na dinala ko in every competition na pina-participate ko after that Asian Games.
You know, Boom, gusto lang ikwento that
Please.
after the respective matches, and I interviewed the both of them, nagulat ako because they would all both be in tears, they'd all both be talking about yung mga struggles nila mentally. Pero when you look back at yung replay ng mga finals, parang walang emotion Oo, tibay eh.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Annie, what changes when you get on the mat in terms of yung mentality mo? Kasi parang ibang-iba eh. When you talk about yung struggles mo, when you talk about all of the things that you have to do to get yourself mentally right, what changes pag start ng competition?
I guess, most of the people na napapansin, once na pumasok ako, parang like, talaga medyo game-based talaga. Then, siguro more on like, inisip ko yung one match at a time. So, parang hindi ko nilulook forward masyado yung the next match. Parang, yun ko, parang nandun ako sa moment na bibigay ko yung best ko in each every match na, ko, one at a time. So, parang like, yun yung lagi kong inano kay Lord. Sabi ko, mabigay ko lang yung best ko. Kahit ano maging result after this, tatanggapin ko.
Well, Meggie, let's talk about those specific injuries. Sabi nga, from the SEA Games pa.
Yeah.
So, lingering na yun, ang tagal na. And then, nagkaroon ka pag in the semifinals. So, mentally, how do you get over that? Kasi sometimes, if hindi ka matibay, iisipin mo na, wala na to.
Yeah.
Patay na. Dehado ka na.
Yeah.
So, how do you, specifically, how did you get through that? And when did you know na parang, I turned it around?
Yeah. So, ang number one na kinailangan kong gawin was magtiwala. Number one is magtiwala sa Diyos. Kasi that entire time, di ba nga may sakit, may injury, talagang I was praying the whole time. I was praying the whole time nung competition and during the matches. Basta before, during, and after. Kasi I had to trust in Him and depend on Him completely. Kasi alam ko na I'm doing this for His glory. Like Annie, parang focusing on giving my best lang talaga. I know na dehado ako sa injury, yung existing injury ko from SEA Games, and then nadehado na naman sa semifinals, na-injure ulit. So yung finals ko, I knew I wasn't physically 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, may sakit na nga, may injury pa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So parang, all the more na I had to depend on Him, and I think na He meant for it to be that way. Kasi kung hindi naman ako nag-depend sa Kanya, edi I would get the glory.
Yeah.
But then my real motivation and
Yeah.
purpose is to bring the glory back to the Lord. Kasi
Yeah.
siya talaga yung gumawa dun sa laban na yun. Sobra.
I just want to say na I was there when you got injured sa Southeast Asian Games.
Yes.
It was not pretty.
No.
But at the same time rin, seeing you go make that full circle moment and come out and win the Asian Games, iba talaga. One thing that stuck out to me when we were talking about yung win mo was the feeling that na-humble ka in the past
Yes.
year or so.
Yes.
When you talk about being humbled, can you tell us a bit about saan ka nanggaling,
Yeah.
when you felt humbled to where you are now?
Yeah, so I was really humbled this entire year. Actually, hindi lang for Asian Games. Sabi ko nga, may dinaanan ako sa personal life start of the year na mahirap, pinakamahirap in my life na dinaanan ko. And then, yun, na-injure pa sa SEA Games. And then, marami akong give up na competitions na dapat sasalihan ko. Hindi ako nag-World Championship this year. And then, nag-tune-up competition ako actually right before Asian Games. And sobrang sama ng performance ko. Actually, yung tumalo sa akin, siya yung tinalo ko sa semis.
Semifinals.
Yeah, tinalo niya ako right before Asian Games.
Rebansing. Galing talaga natin sa rebansing.
So sobrang ano talaga, hinumble talaga ako ni God. And kasi before Asian Games, I felt so prepared. As in, parang best training camp ever. And then, pagdating ng mismong Asian Games, dun sa China mismo, tinanggal ni God yung confidence ko in my own physical capacity, in my health. Alam mo yun, parang tinanggal niya yung lahat para sa Kanya ako tumingin. Kasi yung state ko, right before, I was so confident. I knew I was ready for this. I knew I could win the gold, parang ganun. Pero nakatingin ako sa sarili ko, hindi sa Kanya. So, ginawa niya is tinanggal niya lahat ng yun, parang binaba niya yung pride, hinumble niya ako para sa Kanya ako mag-depend, sa Kanya ako tumingin, and mapunta sa Kanya yung glory.
Annie, you've been in a lot of international competitions, obviously. This is a two-part question. How does it feel, the difference, especially from your experience from the Asian Games? Do you feel some sort of personal vindication, one? Number two, is from a jiu-jitsu community standpoint in the Philippines, what does this do? This victory, your victory, Gilas bronze also,
Yeah.
nating kalimutan, tatlo yan medalya dyan. Can you tell us, anong halaga nito sa jiu-jitsu?
I guess napakalaking halaga nito, not just for me and for the is also from the entire jiu-jitsu community. Kasi I think mag-open to ng door for the most of opportunity. Siyempre, ma-cement namin na we are a high-reach level sport.
Yeah.
Contact sport, and a women's, di ba? Yun, so malaking ano to, kumbaga sa mga mabigat. Mabigat to na panalo, hindi lang as personal, kundi parang mga community ng jiu-jitsu.
Oo, naibalik ba yung kumpiyansa mo ng konti?
Oo naman,
Ayan,
syempre.
okay. Yan ang gusto ko marinig.
Girls, maraming salamat.
Salamat.
Again, congratulations for the gold medals. Congratulations for everything you've gone through and what you're about to do in the future. Maraming salamat. We cannot wait to talk to you again very soon.
And hopefully you physically recover now.
Oh yeah,
Finally.
ulog na kayo.
Finally. Pahinga muna. Thanks for coming and congratulations.
Thank you.
In the meantime, we're shifting to hoops because after the break, we'll find out some inside stories from Gilas Pilipinas assistant coach Richard Del Rosario. Sounds familiar?
Sino yan?
From their stint at the 19th Asian Games. Stay tuned, you're watching the game.
Philippines are the Asian Games champions.
I still get goosebumps seeing that. Now, welcome back to the game. As the nation continues to celebrate our national athletes coming back from the 19th Asian Games, we have with us a very special guest tonight. I did not write the script. Joining us to share what it takes to be part of a legendary Asian Games gold medal winning team is Gilas assistant coach, Coach Richard Del Rosario. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Pao. Hi, Wu.
Ganun lang, hello. Parang ano lang, ano? Alam mo, the last time,
Oo nga eh.
the last time he was here, I was there and you weren't here.
Yeah.
You were again in an international coverage and he claimed he was the better looking Del Rosario. What say you?
Manaw sa nanay ko. But let's focus
Okay, I
on...
can't say anything to that.
Yeah, kasi nandun siya eh. But let's focus on what just happened
Yes.
here. That we were actually talking about it just yesterday, really, or really every time it comes up. Pero the miraculous run of this Gilas team, I know the gold was always what we wanted, but the expectation, at least the realistic expectations, really wasn't that, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was the most unexpected gold medal in the Asian Games just because of the fact that we did not have ample time to prepare. We all know what happened. All the confusion at the start of the preparation. But again, we had to put that aside and just focus on our goal. Our initial goal was really, to temper expectations, was just to make it to the next round. And so when we lost against Jordan in the group stages, and then all of a sudden we found out that we had to play after Qatar, we had to play China and Iran and China.
Right.
The road just became tougher, and I guess it took a lot of heart for the team. Kami nga nila, yung puso talagang lumabas during those times. And what's amazing for me is that in those 12 days of preparation, I mean, those 12 players, individual players, it really felt that you were part of a family, part of a special group of guys that surrounded each other, supported each other. And, you know, yung blessing sa amin is that, sabi nga namin, that we were able to bring joy to the nation and unite the nation finally after a long time of arguments, you know, and really, I think we put Philippine basketball back on top.
Oh, we needed it as you know, as they said, no. The other night, nandito rin naman si Commissioner Willie Marshall, and he said there are things that he could not explain behind the scenes that just felt that the group was special, the bonding, and I was trying to poke and really find out some stories. Baka naman sa'yo, maging successful ako, Coach. Tell us some of these stories that we don't get to see, mga hindi na-cover ng media, that you probably saw, and not probably, that you saw and experienced and said, wow, this is a real tight-knit group that was put together in such a short time.
That's correct. I mean, even before the flight, just going to Hangzhou, we were still waiting for the accreditation of the 4 players, the additional players. No? And we finally got the accreditation about 30 minutes before boarding time. And then, again, after a long flight, we had problems with logistics in terms of the practice facility. And then even during our first game against Bahrain, I was being asked to check the starting lineup. So as I was checking our lineups, I found out that yung mga numbers ng players were different from the numbers on the uniforms.
Wow.
And so they were parang threatening, no, these guys can't play. No, we had a meeting, parang a technical meeting. And the funny thing there was a signature from Coach Tim at saka sa ako, yung pangalan ko nandun, and there was a signature, but we didn't sign anything.
Wow.
So there was a lot of things that happened prior to the start of the tournament. And then all of a sudden, you know, we just came together, and those players just really supported each other all throughout. And even during that loss against Jordan. Parang I kept on saying it was a blessing in disguise, because we always said that, you know, by faith, okay, faith is, you know, believing in something you have not yet seen. But I was listening to Meggie earlier, and we believe that it was really destined. You know, God played a major role in this gold medal also, as it did for them. And that's why we are so thankful, we are so grateful that, you know, nanalo tayo and naging masaya ang Pilipinas after a long time na medyo naging malungkot tayo sa larangan ng basketball.
Kaya Pao, sabi ko kay Meggie kanina, galing natin sa rebanse. Ayan eh.
That's true. Can I just say now, your story now explains why the barkers in the venue were actually getting the names and the numbers of the players wrong as they scored. They mixed up Calvin Oftana and Scotty Thompson live in the venue.
Yes.
So we take a look though. I wanna bring up the fact that I was there taking photos, and I took a particular photo of you na parang in love ka kay Coach Tim Cone. It is a look that mom has never seen from you since your engagement raw. Just how special is what you and Coach Tim did together to bring everything right here for the gold medal?
Well, first of all, you're getting me into trouble with your mom. Huh? Number 2, you know, when Coach Tim texted me that, okay, we're going to, you and me, we're going to handle the Gilas, taking over Gilas for the Asian Games. So be ready. I didn't expect that, you know, but me and Coach Tim, we've gone a long way. We've gone through lots of battles, and I guess that the trust is there. And you know, even without, kasi napaka-iksi nung time to prepare. So he couldn't handle everything in such a short a time, and he needed someone who parang would know already what he was thinking even before he said it. And so that was my role, and try to help him as much as I can, especially when laying the foundation of the system that he wanted to implement. So I got players individually, talked to them, taught them some stuff, so that Coach Tim could focus on something else. And again, but I am still in awe also of his accomplishment and what he has done for this team. And more than the physical preparation, it was really getting the players right-minded and mentally ready, especially during the tough times, you know, and really, not treating them as superstars, and for the players to really believe in the greater goal. Sinasabi nga ng players lagi, the goal is bigger than the role. Right. So I mean, you're not superstars here. We all have one goal, which is to win the gold medal. And again, the players just bought into that, and maganda nga yung nangyari.
That's why he's the GOAT, as they say.
Yeah.
Coach, on a personal note, quickly, how does it feel to win with your son there? Not as a spectator, covering the games. That's not a normal father-son moment. That's why I wanted to mention it. It must have felt special for the family, not just for you.
Oh, definitely. I think I'm the only one who was able to share it with family who was there, and it really made it truly special. Kasi, I mean, all of these things, I mean, on your own, okay, you feel it, but to be able to share it with somebody you truly love and value, it's indescribable. And again, sana nga, I know Paolo's going to the Olympics. Sana isama niya rin ako para sa Paris, no? Para ma-share ko rin naman yung experience niya. But again, even before sa SEA Games, we won the gold there. Paolo was also there covering. Now Asian Games naman, and but this is one really special kasi nga this was really unexpected for the country.
Yeah, absolutely. And I told you so many times that how proud I am of you, how proud the entire family is of you, and of course, how jealous of we all are na may tarp ka sa village natin at ako wala. But Dad, we're not gonna let you go yet because we still have a lot more hoops to talk about, because after the break, more hoops with Coach Richard Del Rosario as we look ahead to the upcoming PBA conference. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
As the dust settles on the country's success in the Asian Games, the upcoming PBA conference is just around the corner. And still with us to talk about Barangay Ginebra's preparations is 12-time PBA champion assistant coach Richard Del Rosario. Before we get to Barangay Ginebra, well, part of it naman itong tatanungin ko. Coach, yung participation, of course, as an assistant coach ni LA Tenorio, connected to Gilas, still connected to basketball. After the great news of being cancer-free, what does this mean to him from your conversations with him during this trip and going into the PBA season?
You know, si LA talagang during that stint in the Asian Games as an assistant coach, medyo nanibaan mo talaga siya. No? And he said nga, parang ang hirap-hirap pala maging coach because, yung trabaho, it doesn't end with a game. After that, you do a lot of scouting, you do a lot of studying. And so, but he was really valuable for us because he gave us a player's perspective. And that was very valuable. But right now, he's looking forward to playing again. And we're all excited for that, para kay LA Tenorio. And he started practicing already. Not full practices yet. But again, we're looking forward to that day. That, we already know that he beat cancer. And then right now, it's going to be a great story for him once he sets foot back on the basketball court.
The big C, Pao.
Yeah, the big C.
Comeback.
The big
Yun na
comeback,
yun.
looking for another C and another championship as well. But you take a look at the fact that apart from LA Tenorio returning, Barangay Ginebra did strengthen by having Maverick Anmisi signed as a free agent as well. What does he bring to this group? How does he look in the early days right now as you prepare for next conference?
Looking really well, and I think it gives us a well-balanced lineup. He's a guy that you already know that he can score, but he can also defend. He's going to have to share minutes, probably not the same minutes that he's used to, but again, just looking at him in practice, I think he's just excited to be with the Barangay Ginebra. And we're looking forward, and we have some time to really get him into the groove, so to speak, with our team. But we can expect good things from Mav this coming year.
All right, that will do it for us today. We'll be talking a lot more, I have a feeling. But I really appreciate you for coming on, Dad.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Boom. Thanks, Pao.
Maraming salamat. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Paulo Del Rosario. This has been The Game.